ज्ञानस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Once one sage happened to meet four kinds of people. When he met a very aristocratic king, for him he blessed, Ma Jivo Ma Mar, don't live, don't die. And when he met a butcher, he blessed him, Ma Jivo Ma Mara. Actually for a king he told Ma Mara, and he told, please don't die. But when he met a butcher, he told, Ma Jivo Ma Mara. And when he met a king, when he met a sadhu, for him he told, Ma Jiva, don't live. And when he met a pure devotee, a great Vaishnava, for him he told, Jivo va Marova. Either you live or you die. These blessings, although seems to be just one line, one word, have a profound meaning behind them. For a king he told, what he told? Mama. Because you led your life so nicely in such an aristocratic way at the cost of others' lives, stamping over others. After this life, lot of hellish situation is waiting for you. Better you don't die. But when he met a butcher, he told me, Mahajiva, don't live, don't die. Because while living also your life is like hell, even the condition in which they were, the kind of activities they do, even after death the situation is so hellish. Such a severe punishment will be given to us. Garuda Purana explains in detail. He says, you don't live, you don't die. But when he sees a spiritual aspirant, a brahmachari or somebody, for him he says, Mahajiva, because this life is filled up with so much of Maya, better that immediately you get rid of this. But when he meets a great Vaishnava pure devotee, for him he says, Jivova Manova, either you live or you die. Because in living also you are Krishna conscious, after this life also you are Krishna conscious. It doesn't make any difference. So we can see from these pages of Bhagavatam where Vidura having inquired from Maitreya Rishi, he is so inquisitive and he is not getting satiated after hearing so much also about Lord Krishna. This is one of the quality of a pure devotee. Or somebody is an aspirant spiritualist. That he becomes more and more eager to hear more and more about the Supreme Lord. In fact, Srila Prabhupada he tells about himself that once his guru he was doing Govardhan Parikram. Unlike we go for Parikram, we do Vrindavan Yatra, we have around 15, 20, 30, maximum 100 people is big achievement. But when Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he used to conduct the Govardhan Parikram and all, thousands and thousands of people would participate. And those yatras, Brajamandala Parikram and all would go for 45 days and all. Big batch of people would come, some of them would have their own tents, they would bring their cooking utensils to cook on the way. And the most important element of Parikrama was Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur would give his very enlightening lectures. and serious disciples would come and sit. And many times when Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur would talk, it would go very, very long time, hours together. But there were different groups being done. Somebody would coordinate cooking, somebody would coordinate the different aartis being done on the way, somebody would coordinate the yatras, all those things. So when the yatra time would happen, the team which would coordinate going people taking the yatras, silently they would call people and everybody would go for the parikrama. But only Prabhupada would sit and hear. He would never get up and go out. So Prabhupada had recognized this quality of Srila Prabhupada and would say, this boy will not go away. He will sit and hear. So this is one of the very important symptoms of somebody interested in spirituality. There are many people who self-profess about, I have so much bhakti for Krishna, I love Krishna, everything. As simple test is, you start telling them about Krishna Katha. Whether they are able to, you see how long they can hold on to that. If they are there till the end, that means they are the most interested. Even in the outside world, people make this survey, if they conduct any meeting or anything, they say that one of the most interested people are, guess who? The people who come in the first and go in the last. So they try to capture those people's data, who come first and who come last. Same thing holds good even in spirituality. Because the spiritual subject matters are so enlivening, they are transcendental in nature. That's why they are enlivening. What do you mean by transcendental? Transcendental means anything we do in this world, they are bound by three modes of material nature, sattva guna, tamo guna, rajo guna. Since they are affected by those gunas, they are always satiated in nature. Since they themselves are saturated or satiated in nature, nobody can hear them without getting saturated or satiated, unsatiated. But the subject matter of Lord Krishna are so wonderful, they are not bound by the three modes of material nature. Krishna is acting on the transcendental platform. And those activities are not bound by Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, the inabilities of this life. Those activities are transcendental because they don't undergo Shad Vikara. Anything that is born in this world, come into existence in this world, they undergo 6 transformations. The things are born, they grow for some time, they stay for some time, they reproduce, then they dwindle, and then they vanquish. But the Leelas of Lord Krishna himself doesn't undergo the Shad Vikaras. Hence, Krishna's pastimes are not bound by his material inabilities. That is why if somebody can hear the name of Lord Krishna continuously, not the name of Prabhupada says chai. Somebody says chai, chai, chai. How long he can tell? He can tell for half an hour, 1 hour. But later it becomes very bored for you, right? But the same you hear the name of Lord Krishna, you can hear 24 hours Prabhupada says. Provided if you are purified. Haridas Thakur, you would hear full day, you would chant 300,000 names of Lord Krishna. Imagine 300,000 means 3 lakh names of Krishna. How many malas it comes to? More than almost close to 180 rounds, right? So you would chant it daily. Not that one day you would chant, another day you would get bored, you would not chant. Just like sometimes we hear very eagerly, sometimes we get bored, we don't hear Bhagavad Gita. No, it's not like that. You would hear daily because you are situated on the transcendental platform. To the extent we are situated on the transcendental platform, to that extent we will be able to observe ourselves in the consciousness of Krishna, to hear about Lord Krishna. We do not have to bother or worry about it that today I am not able to focus more on Krishna's pastimes today. The mind is running here and there. You start increasing your capacity by slowly hearing more and more, more and more. Because it is our nature that something or the other throughout the day we keep hearing 24/7. We are continuously here. The process of Krishna consciousness is to change that process of hearing material things to Krishna consciousness. The moment we get up, we start, something might start talking to us. It may be the previous days, whatever things have been done, something prominent in your mind, or the upcoming days, some busy schedule you have, some commitments you have, or some trouble, or you have picked up a quarrel with somebody. This mind is filled up with always all these things, and constantly it is conversing itself. Either it is a problem solving mode, or in the worrying mode. Some other than what it is. But if you fill your mind with the thoughts of Lord Krishna, automatically your mind becomes Krishna conscious. And it's an art. It has to be trained. Like Prabhupada Dadadi was giving a class on Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, 6th sloka. Vividhano viratasta chekitasta, like that one sloka comes, where the Yodha's name are being mentioned, and Prabhupada while telling the lecture, he himself asked the question, what is transcendental about all these names? Why these names are being mentioned? Somebody may ask in Bhagavad Gita. Then Prabhupada gives the example, and he elaborates on that. That since these names are coming in the past tense of Lord Krishna, since they are related to Lord Krishna, telling their names is never outside the purview of being Krishna conscious. It means to say, so long you are able to connect things to Lord Krishna, they are Krishna conscious. He may be a student, he may be working in some office, he may be a householder, or he may be a retired person, whatever it may be. Still you are engaged in some other activities throughout the day. Correct? And every activity can be connected to Lord Krishna because the whole creation has come from Lord Krishna. Since everything has come from Lord Krishna, it can be connected back to Lord Krishna. To make it understand much more nicely, clearly, in a practical way, Krishna himself gives examples to us. Prabhashme Shashi Surya. This Prabha that is coming, the refulgence, sunlight is coming, the effulgent source is me. So whenever you see sun or you see the sunlight, you remember me, Krishna says. Whenever you see the moon, you remember me. And he also says, the taste in the water is me. So, especially in Bangalore, you get so much dehydrated, you have to drink so much water. So whenever you drink water, you remember the taste of water is Lord Krishna. So in this way, when we start seeing everything in connection with Lord Krishna, if I don't get a supply of water, what will happen on one day? Yesterday in our temple, suddenly water got over. We had to wait for 1.5 hours, 2 hours, water time to come and fill and get the water. So then we understand the importance of water. Because we are getting it for free, we take it for granted. Imagine if we don't have a supply of air for 7 to 10 minutes. What will we be living a life like this? Not possible. And the supply of air, who is doing? Lord Krishna is supplying the air for us. So when in this way we are able to connect ourselves to Lord Krishna every hour of our life, it is not possible to remain without being conscious of Krishna. If you are in knowledge, it is impossible. Until unless you put conscious effort to not to remember Krishna, it is not possible to remain Krishna, without Krishna conscious. Then he may ask a question, Prabhuji, more sureless and Krishna, without Krishna conscious only. Only when I come to temple, when I little chant Hare Krishna, whenever in my puja room I pass through like this, I say Krishna, or some other way, little here and there I keep to Prabhuji, I become Krishna conscious. But restaurant Krishna conscious, not at all Krishna conscious. Then how do you say that it is not possible to remain without Krishna conscious? Actually, we have trained ourselves how not to become Krishna conscious. And it has become a habit, that is why we are not able to remember Krishna. This training we gave to ourselves not to become Krishna conscious because we became envious of Krishna. Why this Krishna only has to enjoy? Why everybody has to serve Krishna only and he has to? Why can't I do that? When this thought came, when we became enemies of Lord Krishna, automatically our remembrance of Krishna went away. That is why our life has become Krishna-less today. Then how to become Krishna conscious? Once again, that wonderful formula is given in this sloka. Wherein Prabhupada is saying that the hearings of pastimes of Lord Krishna has to be received with respect. We left Krishna, leaving Krishna started with losing our respect for Krishna. To get Krishna also will start with giving our respect for Krishna. So whenever you come across any Krishna conscious thought, you have a lot of respect for it. When you come to temple, that's why you are seeing this is embedded in our culture actually. People who enter into temple would have seen, even before entering temple, that first this thing comes, no? What do you call that? Vastilu, they call it. You touch that and then you go into that. And many people I have seen, especially in Gujaratis, they do a parikrama, they don't show their back while going out. They show their face only to the Lord and they walk out. So it's respect you are showing. So in this way, every activity you are already doing, in Krishna conscious especially, you start adding the element of respect to it. Automatically your devotion grows high. You are coming towards, this is called activated respect. Prabhuji, it's not that I'm not respecting. I have respect. You're telling I don't have respect. But there are two kinds of respect. One is activated respect, another is just a respect which is in the shushupti, which is in the sleeping mode. The sleeping mode of respect is there in all of us. Whenever we see Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, we go to front of deities. Many times we don't know we have paid obeisance only. It's automatically happening. Everything is happening in an auto mode. On the auto mode, Krishna receives that, but Krishna wants to see our bhava. Remember, you are coming, you are falling down, you are doing everything. After having darshan, many people, I ask a question to them. Tell me which color does Krishna is wearing? Prabhuji, just 1 minute, they will tell. So what kind of darshan have you done? No, Prabhuji, you are just focusing on Krishna's lotus feet. Okay, lotus feet, which kind of ankle will Krishna was wearing? Tell me. To just 1 minute I will come. So when you have respect for a person, automatically get absorbed in that. That is a formula. So the respect marks the first sign of somebody having bhakti. Take example of Arjuna himself. Arjuna was in the Kurukshetra war and he was about to fight with his enemies. On the other side he saw Dronacharya, he saw Bhishma Dev, all of them. What is the first symptom that aroused in his heart? Was the respect towards them. That is why out of that compassion came, concern came, he started thinking of lines of Shastras, all other things came out of respect. And this respect, how this respect will come? Respect will come when you have faith. When you have a strong faith, the person who is standing in front of me, Lord Krishna himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he is the creator of the whole universe, he is the creator of me also, he is my maintainer. So when you have that faith, strong faith, automatically respect you. If you have no faith, how does I respect you? So we increase our faith, if at all we have to increase our respect. And out of respect only bhakti will grow. So each one of them are connected to each other. When we are hearing Krishna Katha, how can we observe yourself fully? Provided you have respect for Krishna's Leelas. Oh, this Krishna who is Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is actually in the spiritual world and nothing to do with this material world. Still he has compassionately come to this world and he is performing all these Leelas so that he get attracted, so that the souls in this material world get attracted to him. Krishna being in the material, spiritual world is happy there. He is self-satisfied. He did not have to come to this material to do his Leelas. More so because so much iniquities are there here. Just like for a president of India to enjoy, he can be there in Raj Bhavan, he can be happy there only. He don't have to come to jail to enjoy, correct? But still, once in a while, like on Independence Day or Republic Day, he will come to jail, correct? He will do the flag hoisting, he will distribute the sweets to all the people. And sometimes, on those days, if those the prisoners who are there, if there are some good prisoners, means good prisoners, doesn't they follow all the rules and regulations? They are very shanta, don't disturb anybody. So, seeing the good symptoms of the prisoners, they are left early outside the jail. Maafi kar dete. 14 years will be there, just in 10 years they will release them. Seeing their good qualities. Similarly, Lord Krishna also come to this material world, he want to enjoy. Krishna comes, of course, by the way he does that also, but his intention is to attract other entities back to him. So that they will also become Krishna conscious, come back to spiritual world. So we have to increase our capacity to hear. We should not become satiated, and that starts with respect and faith. And it will not end there. It begins there. So once you have a respect, when you start hearing about Lord Krishna, you should also engage in practical devotional service. You have heard from Lord Krishna telling that the Prabha is coming from his knees. So whenever you are walking, whenever you see sunlight, you should be able to remember that, apply in your life. Whenever you drink water, you should be able to remember and thank Krishna. So apart from respect and apart from the faith, you should also have gratitude. Gratitude is one more thing that will increase your capacity to become Krishna consciousness. Like today you all have come, you had darshan of Lord Krishna, you all have engaged in kirtan, hearing Bhagavatam, you will take prasada. So when going home back, in your heart you thank Krishna, mighty Lord. You are so merciful that you gave an opportunity for me to come and hear about you. You gave your darshan, you gave your prasada to me. So when you show your gratitude towards Lord Krishna, automatically your capacity next time to hear about Lord Krishna will increase. To come and participate in Krishna consciousness will increase. It will never become satiated. So in this way, our endeavor in Krishna conscious life is to increase our capacity to engage ourselves in Krishna consciousness. And that happens by consciously practicing these things like respecting and having more faith and then showing the gratitude. And one more simplest way to increase our capacity is, guess what? To associate with people who already have higher capacity than me. So if somebody has more capacity to engage in kirtan, engaging in devotional service of Lord Krishna, we associate with them, we also become Krishna conscious. This we can immediately notice when we go to yatras. Probably in a day, sometime you would have become Krishna conscious, chanting for some time, or participating in some festivals, other things. But when we go to yatra, we are there with the devotees 24/7, right? So by the time what happens, we see that devotees are engaged in Krishna conscious all the time. Either they are chanting for some time, or they are telling Krishna Katha, or if not any of this, they are engaged in organizing the yatras. So you see that all the time they are engaged in Krishna conscious. So sometimes we get this feeling also, especially in Guru Yatra, oh, it can be so long. In Krishna conscious, we feel one day is so long, right? Especially go to Vrindavan Yatra, so okay, finished. 4-5 days only would have gone for Yatra. You feel that you have gone out of world for some years together. When you come back, you feel out of space here, right? Because you have observed yourself in Krishna conscious so much. So here we can see, we can get inspired by Vidura also, who has already inquired Maitreya, and Maitreya already told so many pastimes about Lord Krishna, but still it seems that Vidura is not at all saturated. He is not at all satiated. He wants to hear more and more, more and more, and that's why he is asking Maitreya, please tell about this. So one more symptom of a person who is progressing in Krishna consciousness is he is more and more inquisitive. He wants to know more and more. He is not satiated. He wants to inquire. He understand, Prabhuji, what is this? Why you do namaskar from this side to this side of Krishna? Why you Mangalarti only? Why you have to chant Hare Krishna? It is not Brahma Murta is more important. Why you put tilaka like this? So you become more inquisitive. You want to know many more things. So in that way you can increase our capacity once again to observe Krishna consciousness. When you become eager, when you become inquisitive, then a slot will be created in your brain and heart to observe more Krishna consciousness. So that's why you should become more eager to know things, what is happening in Krishna consciousness. Prabhuji, Vaikuntha Ekadashi is coming. What is the significance of Vaikuntha Ekadashi? Why this Dhamvara is being done? Why Venkatramana is sitting there? Why you are all going down like this? So you should become very good inquisitive devotee to understand everything in Krishna consciousness. So one good part of associating with an organization like ISKCON is all that is required for one's overall development of Krishna consciousness is already visible to you. Only have to observe them, inquire about them, know about them, and keep progressing. That's all. Prabhuji, what is the importance of staying in the ashram? Prabhuji, what is the importance of hearing Bhagavatam? Say everything you do, what is the importance of taking prasad? What is the importance of we chant on mantra Mahaprasade Govinde Bhikkhu? What is the importance of that? Everything you can ask and you can have the answer for all of them. When you start filling yourself with these kind of answers, because throughout the day people are asking, business people, they come together, they ask their own questions, they are meeting, they are symposium, so many things they ask. Teachers, they come together, they ask their own questions. Students, they come together, they do their combined study. So anywhere you want to excel, you want to emerge victorious, you come together, you inquire. Similar, like somebody stock market people, they are busy asking what is stock rate today. Business people, iska mal ka rate kitna hai, iska rate kitna hai. So you are busy in this world, correct? Similarly, if you become inquisitive and want to know what is happening in spiritual world, then automatically, then somebody will ask the question, how much is it to ask in spiritual world? Utna ही 16 rounds chant करना है, भगवान को नमस्कार करना है, वही set of कीर्तन है, उतना ही भगवत गीता पढ़ना उतना ही है ना. No, there is so much to learn in Krishna consciousness. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say, there is so much to tell about spiritual world. If required, I can daily publish a newspaper. There is so much to know, but we don't have any customers to sell. If I tell tomorrow onwards ISKCON temple is going to float a newspaper daily, it will have 40 pages in it. Let me see how many people will subscribe. You don't have any subscribers, right? But there is so much news to give in Krishna consciousness. As Prabhupada says. So, the Krishna's pastimes are filled up with wonderful mellows. Although sometimes it may look politics, it may look personality, it may look like tricks or these things, nonetheless they are filled up with rasas. So when you hear about Lord Krishna's pastimes also, you become inquisitive here also. How is that Lord Krishna artificially made the sun to set and then made Arjuna to kill? Who is that on the Kaurava side? Was there? Jayadratha, right? It is injustice now. She made a question like this. So then you hear a devotee answering for this, oh, your question get answered, oh, your faith in Krishna increase more. Our Krishna is always perfect. So in this way, one is, bottom line, of course, you should have full faith in Lord Krishna, but it is not enough. You should also know how Krishna is perfect also. By knowing how Krishna is perfect, how Krishna is all powerful, everything, it will not only satiate your heart, your inquisitive mind, you will also be able to answer others. Somebody asked a question to you, how do you say Krishna is Bhagavan? Bhagavan means he should not be partial, no? But how Krishna become partial in Kurukshetra war? Karna, he made him to die as unjust way. Karna was also a great personality. We say, Dhara Shukra Karna is. And how Arjuna in just way he killed him. So when you get answers of these questions, Probably he may convince another, he may be a serious or sincere inquisitive person. When his questions are being answered, he may also take up the Krishna consciousness. Correct? So we should be able to understand them logically, observe them, and explain others also. Then we will inspire others also to become Krishna conscious. And when you make others Krishna conscious, your capacity to observe Krishna conscious becomes small. You have gone today, you have told something about Krishna to somebody, you have either made them to chant Hare Krishna or you made them to engage in little kirtan. Your capacity to kirtan, engage in observing kirtan will automatically increase. Otherwise our life becomes like this Gita Sansar. You have heard the story of Gita Sansar? Once there was a guru who was teaching his Shishya Gita, and after giving some homework to the Shishya, he says, I'll go to Tirtha Yatra and I'll come back. Meanwhile, you finished reading Bhagavad Gita. He says, yes, Gurudev. And he wanted to read Gita, and he was a brahmachari. They don't know 2 days at close he had. He would wear one set of clothes, and another would be for drying. So when he was reading Gita, one fine day he sees that there was a mole in his dhoti. The rat had come and bitten it. And he became very morose. What is this? This only rat has bitten it. So he was thinking, and he was very morose, thinking in this way. One person was passing by, and he says, why happened? Why you are so morose? See, my dhoti, rat has eaten. What now? Best thing is, to solve this rat problem, we bring one cat. Rat problem is solved. Okay, what he will do? He will get one cat. So he'll get my rat problem is solved. Now I can easily read Bhagavad Gita. So he starts reading Bhagavad Gita. Meanwhile, this cat will come. Meow, meow, he will start doing. What happened? Cat wants milk also. All the time will not get rats. So then he is being annoyed in this way. Once again he sings for Chitra like this. And once again that person passing by. What happened? Once again you are morose. No, I brought this cat, but this cat is always troubling me. It wants milk. It is telling what to do. Oh, that's all. Simple solution. Do one thing, you bring one cow, you will give milk. Your cat problem is solved. Oh, wonderful idea. You will bring the cow, you will keep the cow. Oh, no. Rat problem is solved. Cat problem is solved. Now let me read Bhagavad Gita. Once again, this cow will come. Oh, and you start what it wants. It also wants some fodder to feed, you know. Oh, milk is little milk for cat would have read and read Bhagavad Gita. This cow eats so much. You have seen the cows, how much it will eat? All the time they are eating. We have one Goshala in ISKCON Bangalore. And whenever you want to enter the astral, opposite only is Goshala. You can always see and go. So when I heard that cow is always eating, I wanted to test whether the cows are really always eating. So in the night, I happened to somehow go out of the ashram. We wanted to do night walking. That cow had since in the morning doing like this for me. It passed the test. Cow always eat. So when I saw in the night also, guess what? This cow is sitting nicely, closing the eyes, doing like this. So cows eat lot. So then he has to give the fodder. Once again he became morose like this. What to do? Then that person was passing by. So why he became more morose? Every time you give solution, you are becoming more morose. What happened? No, this cow wants fodder to eat. Really like bring. I have to read Bhagavad Gita. That's all. A very simple solution I will give you. Do one thing. You marry, all your problems will be solved. Your wife will feed the milk, give the milk to the cat, will give fodder to the cow. All problems are solved. Oh, wonderful, he will tell. So you marry and bring your wife and they'll keep. And guess what? No one can arouse any problem. All problems are solved. So when he is reading sitting like this, one will come. You have married me till today, God was married for me, and you see this cow is always there, and we're how to take care of them. You don't have one house of our own house, I have not my own house. You want to make one house now? No. He's sitting like this, holding his leg, everything, fully morose. That person is passing by, is totally angry on him also. You will get this solution and it give more and more problem to me, and I have more in bandhana now. So he is crying now, he didn't know what to do. Then he is crying in this way. Guru comes back after his yatra. And Guru is really confused. He had a small hermitage, but there became a big house. So he's not able to find the location of his hut. Then he comes and asks the Shishya. And the Shishya is a little more thinking now. So, do you remember my hut was there here? My colleague telling me, hey, you are my Shishya. What happened to you? You did so much. What happened to your hut? He says, Guru giving you right got into samsara. I wanted to get into Gita, I got into samsara. So Gita samsara. So in this way, many times we also get trapped into certain things which are so-called solutions of this world, but are bigger traps to get into more problems. So we should be little careful about this, otherwise our intention to observe ourselves in Krishna consciousness, not to become satiated by hearing more and more about Krishna. So in this way, to increase our capacity to become more and more Krishna conscious, this is actually stunted by increasing more and more material activities. So we should not get into trap of this. So how to ourselves get insulated from this? Because the world trap, outside world trap is like this. Any product you take, nowadays they come with more idea how to trap people. They have called ecosystem. You take Apple product ecosystem is there. They trap you to take only those products. You take Samsung, they have their own ecosystem. So they have created, rather than getting into the ecosystem of Krishna consciousness, we are getting into the ecosystem of Apple, Samsung, all those things. It is basically the ecosystem of Maya actually. Right? So now we have a choice to get into the ecosystem of Maya or get into the ecosystem of Krishna. So we should become smart how to get into the ecosystem of Krishna. How we can become smart? Okay, today I am chanting daily Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This is I have understood about the importance of chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Now I will go and ask, by chanting Hare Krishna Mantra, what will happen? So I will ask devotees. Then we can know by chanting Hare Krishna Mantra we become purified. And the meaning of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is to engage in the service of Krishna. So now your ecosystem should lead you to engage in the service of Krishna. So like that from one to, this Krishna conscious ecosystem is also so beautiful that from one element of Krishna conscious you can go to another element of Krishna conscious, another element of Krishna conscious, another element. You can totally get yourself immersed in this ecosystem. It is so beautiful. And it is so relishing. For example, you have understood the importance of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, something you learned from Gita which attracted you very nicely. So you go and share it about this to somebody else. So you make somebody chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You feel so happy. And when you feel so happy, you come back once again. You pick up some other element of Krishna consciousness. You want to dance nicely in Kirtan, you dance nicely. Or you want to do cooking, you can do cooking for Krishna. You want to sing for Krishna, you can sing for Krishna. The opportunities are endless. So when we get into this ecosystem, you know what is a trap in ecosystem. You cannot so easily come out, correct? And this way, when you get into the ecosystem, this is one more way of how not to get trapped by materialism. Rupa Goswami says he is so much inspired by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He says to the Lord, what is 1 ton in 2 years? What will I do, my dear Lord? I require thousands of tons and millions of years to hear your Nama, he says. Brahma is chanting from all the 4 mouths. Lord Shiva is also chanting and hearing from all the 5 heads he is having. Shiva is called Panchajana sometime. And Narada Muni is always chanting on his tambura. There is a very nice song in this regard. Sometime I can share that. So when we ourselves involved in Krishna consciousness in this way, increase our capacity to observe ourselves in Krishna consciousness, then we will also come to the stage of Ma Jivo Ma Mara. So Jivo Va Maro Va. Either you live or you die. Doesn't make any difference because you have got into this ecosystem of Krishna consciousness where you can never forget Krishna. That is why the one sentence summary of Krishna consciousness is always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So that is what we can understand from these pages of Bhagavatam, where Vidura is by personal example showing that how he is not getting satiated even after hearing so much about Lord Krishna. So we should also increase our capacity to hear more and more about Lord Krishna, and in this way increase our bhakti towards him. So by this I conclude. Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Guru Srila Prabhupada ki